Hi, and welcome to September 15th. Today we start out with nationaldaycalendar.com once again and find out today, a Wisconsin treat, it is National Cheese Toast Day. Now, we've been putting together cheese toast for a long, long time here in Wisconsin, and I'm sure around the world, but it was given credit in 1958 at Sizzler, of all places. For parents at home, we going to Sizzler, we going to Sizzler. It got to start there, and it took off. Could go for a good grilled cheese with the cold weather we had lately. It is also National Linguine Day. Linguine literally means, in Italian, little tongues. It's a pasta that was developed about 400 years ago, and is best with thinner sauces, not your heavier Alfredos or your heavier marinaras. One of my favorites, it is also National Double Cheeseburger Day. 2 olive beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions, and a sesame seed bun. That was the Big Mac commercial way back when. Or it takes 2 hands to handle a Whopper. However you do it, good day for a double cheeseburger. Maybe head to Gus's here after school. A little more serious note, today is also Tackle Kids Cancer Day. Looking things up, it was kind of sad to see that only 4% of federal funding money for cancer dollars goes to pediatric care. I know my wife and I and our family, we give to the MAC Fund most years. Also today is National Neonatal Nurses Day. Neonatal nurses help with the birth of children. It's when they're at their most fragile times. Neonatal nurses will focus also more on the babies that are in need of extra help. Sometimes they're on for 24 hours making sure that these kids are okay. Sometimes the kids they take care of are in the hospital for up to a month. It is also today National Greenpeace Day. Greenpeace is an organization that started in 1971 in Alaska. They were there protesting against some nuclear testing that was done. On this day, they want to make people aware of air quality, remind you to try and reduce your use of fossil fuels, reduce your use of plastics, and pay attention to the quality of the water. And last but not least today, it is also National Felt Hat Day. I know we talk about wearing hats in school. Can we wear them? Can't we wear them? We love our hats. Well, wearing hats has gone back a long, long time. Sometimes hats were worn for protection, sometimes for status. And maybe you've heard the term Mad Hatter. Well, the term Mad Hatter comes from in the haberdasheries where they used to make the hats. Oftentimes they used materials with mercury nitrate in them, which would cause dementia and tics. So people would say, "You're mad as a hatter." It had to do with the materials being used. We have a lot to unpack today on this day in history. Starting in 1828, Alexander Fleming comes up with the discovery of penicillin, what we use today to help fight off infections. It all started when he had a cold. He put some mucus in a petri dish, set it aside, forgot about it. A couple weeks later, he noticed that the bacteria was growing all over in all his petri dishes, except the one that he had his snot, his mucus in. And that led him to the discovery of penicillin. Moving on to 1835, Charles Darwin, best known for his survival of the fittest, and his boat landed at the Galapagos Islands off the coast of South America. On the Galapagos Islands, he found many different species that we had never seen before in our world, anywhere from the giant tortoises to the blue-footed boobies, all animals all over. And even today, they're trying to keep the Galapagos away from too much tourism so that the animals can survive. 1916, World War I, the Battle of the Somme in France. The battle was going on, but on this date, September 15th, England rolled out 35 tracked machines that had never been seen before. The battlefield went quiet in the trenches. They didn't know what to make of it. These tanks, for the first time, were used. At first, everyone was confused. The first battle, they didn't work so well. Eventually got caught in the mud, but over time, tanks developed. 1949, I'll leave this to one of my all-time favorites with my dad.
The Lone Ranger.
1963 saw the civil rights movement come to the forefront once again. At the 16th Street Baptist Church in Birmingham, Alabama, a group of Klansmen set a bomb to go off during a Sunday service. 200 people were inside. 4 children, 4 young girls at Sunday school perished in the blast. Many others were injured. But again, this brought the idea of segregation, desegregation, and racial relations to the forefront of our country's conscience. 1966 saw Lyndon B. Johnson as president, and he called on Congress to put in some stricter rules for gun control. He was upset with how easy it was to get guns through mail order and wanted to see Congress act. They would eventually pass a new law in 1968, 2 years later. 1997, hard to believe, Google officially registered the name to become Google. Originally, it was to be called Backrub because, well, who wouldn't like a back rub? But they came up with Google and stuck with that instead.
Happy birthday to you.
Marco! Well, we all know the answer to that is Polo. Happy birthday, Marco Polo. 1254, Marco Polo the Explorer, his birthday. Also, 1857, President Taft, known for his time in office not only as president but also as a Supreme Court justice. His birthday again, 1857, our largest president. 1890, author, writer extraordinaire Agatha Christie, known for her novels Murder on the Orient Express, Death on the Nile, the ABC Murders, as well as many other mysteries, celebrating a birthday today. And last but not least in the birthdays, 1984, Prince Harry. We have always loved the British royalty. Well, gang, that brings us to the end of September 15th. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And as always, be kind to one another. See you on the 16th.